Welcome back, students. The topic for today's discussion is transmission media. It is a quite interesting topic. Yes. Transmission media indicates how we are going to transmit the data from the sender to the receiver. That is, how the data is being taken or it is being traveled from the source to the destination. This is what we are going to discuss, and what is the medium or what are the types of medium that helps us to transmit the data from the sender to the receiver. This is what we are going to check in our today's topic. Here, transmission media has been broadly classified under two heads, namely guided as well as unguided. The meaning of guided means it is a wired communication, whereas with respect to unguided, it denotes wireless communication. With respect to guided, that is wired communication, here we are having three types, namely twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optics cable, respectively. Whereas with respect to unguided, it is free space, wherein here we will be trying to discuss uh, topics, namely infrared rays, then comes microwave, satellite, as well as radio waves. So let us go topic by topic. So the first type of data transmission is guided, that is wired transmission. So let us discuss what is meant by a guided media. A guided media, which are those that provide a conduit from one device to another device, include twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. Here the meaning of conduit is a tube of electric wiring which carries the data from the source to the destination. That is, it is wired communication. Here again I repeat, conduit means a tube of electric wire via which the data from the sender is being transmitted to the receiver. Here the first guided media is twisted pair, wherein we do have two types, namely one is unshielded twisted pair, the other one is a shielded twisted pair. Here in unshielded twisted pair, you are having a plastic cover in which you can able to see two wires which are being twisted, that is crossed over. Whereas with respect to shielded twisted pair, you do have a metal shield in between the plastic cover and the wiring. This is what with respect to shielded as well as unshielded twisted pair. Let us discuss one by one in detail. So with respect to unshielded twisted pair, cables that are typically made of copper wires, more number of twists if we have now, it is going to say that is the quality will be more number of twists, you are going to have more quality. It provides less crosstalk and it is used for traveling long distances. It is cheap as well as easy to install. So where we can find the applications of unshielded twisted pair, it is broadly used in LAN, that is local area communication, PBX telephony, DSL, security camera system, etc. So noise and electromagnetic interference is high with respect to unshielded twisted pair, and this one can be termed as a disadvantage of this particular medium. With respect to the second type in what is that this one twisted pair, we are trying to discuss shielded twisted pair. So shielded twisted pair, metal casing prevents the penetration of noise and crosstalk. The disadvantage of the previous one, that is unshielded, has been overcome via this particular one, that is the metal casing, what you have seen in between the plastic as well as the wire twist. It is bulkier and a little bit expensive over UTP. Prefer UTP over STP because of economical cost with respect to the medium. When we will choose this particular data transmission medium now, when the people expect economic way of data transmission, that too in wired communication, we will be preferring twisted pair. Again, I repeat, for economic data transfer, we prefer this particular wired technique, namely twisted pair cables. So we are moving on to the next topic in wired communication itself. It is coaxial cable. Here also you are having it is like the meaning itself, it is this type of coaxial cable is meant for what is that, cable TV connections, etc. So here also you are having a plastic cover. Here you are having two insulators which are indicated in this arrow marks, and you do have an outer shield and you do have a inner conductor. Outer conductor as well as inner conductor. Outer conductor are somewhat wired which are wrapped up, and the inner conductor is you are going to plug into in our TV. So coaxial cables has a higher frequency characteristics compared to the twisted pair. It is mainly used for short range connections. For longer range distances, we need repeaters or amplifiers in order to enhance the signals. Attenuation, that is the reduction of amplitude of a signal, electric current, is high here. Example here is cable TV as well as local area network connections. A repeater enhances the signal. That is, repeaters are required when you are trying to carry the data 70 meters above from the sender. So when you want to transmit data which is more than 70 meters, I need one more device along with this coaxial cable, namely repeater, which enhances the signal and sees that the signal dropouts is not there. It is carrying the original strength which is being transmitted from the sender itself. With respect to fiber optics, this is the third and the last topic with respect to transmission, that is wired transmission media. So here you are having outer jacket. You can see some bristles like thing that is these things are called as fibers. These are thin filaments, and you do have a plastic buffer, and you do have a glass or a plastic core cladding is there. So with respect to fiber optics, it consists of a hair width strand of silicon or a glass, light signal, and it is meant for traveling longer distances when compared to the other two things. Namely, we cannot use coaxial cable for a longer distance, whereas we can use unshielded twisted pair for a longer distance, that too not for very far distances. For very long distances, we have to use only fiber optics. In fiber optics, you do have two types. Even though this is not in our syllabus, let us try to discuss the names alone. The two types of light sources here with respect to fiber optics is, one is LED, the other one is LID. LED stands for light emitting diode. LID stands for injection laser diode, can sustain more data rates. With respect to the speed of data transmission in fiber optics, the data transmission speed seems to be 100 Mbps to 10 Gbps. It is 10 gigabits bytes per second, whereas the data transmission is very high. You cannot, or you will not be having data loss will not be there. The data can be effectively or efficiently transferred, but The only disadvantage with respect to fiber optics is it is too costly when compared to the other two wired communication media. Here we have to remember, if somebody is asking for economical wired data transmission, we will be preferring twisted pair, that too unshielded twisted pair. With respect to schools and all, we will be using shielded twisted pair. And when we want to transmit data for a longer distance, that too speed should not be compromised. The user or the network administrator is stubborn that he needs fast rate of data transfer. Now, we have to prefer this particular medium, namely fiber optics. With respect to unguided media, here unguided media means unguided media transport electromagnetic waves without using a physical conductor. This type of communication is often referred to as wireless communication. Here, the data transmission is going to be in the form of signals, that to electromagnetic waves. Rather than wired, it is wireless. It is electromagnetic waves without using a physical conductor. The first type of unguided media which we are going to discuss is infrared rays. It stands for, typically it is infrared rays are typically meant for shorter distances within a room, across a street. See, whenever a particular person is trying to point a PowerPoint presentation in a gallery, he will be using an infrared ray light in order to show his important key points using this infrared ray. The problem or the disadvantages are, it is highly meant for very short distance. And one more important problem is a line of sight. When a data is being transmitted, if an obstacle comes there, the data will not bypass the obstacle. It will not be visible on the other side of the obstacle media. So with respect to microwave signals are used for longer distances, that to 10 kilometers. Sender and receiver use some sort of dish antenna in order to receive as well as send the communication. This is how it looks like. You do have two towers. Here one will be sender, the other one will be the receiver. So what kind of, that is weather interference, interferes with signals. For instance, cloud, raining, etc. These may adversely affect this particular communication, namely microwave communication. That is microwave communications. That is when it is cloudy, or when it is raining, or when it is lightning, you cannot able to transmit data between the sender as well as the receiver using microwave. With respect to satellite communication is based on the ideas similar to those used for line of sight. A communication satellite is essentially a bigger microwave repeater or a relay station in the sky. Again, I repeat, it is in the sky. Microwave signals from ground station is being picked up. So that from the sender, microwave signals are being picked up by the transponder. A device amplifies the signal and it rebroadcasts it in another frequency. It amplifies the signal and it rebroadcasts in another frequency, which can be received by the ground stations at a longer distance. And this we can see in two diagrams. This is an example for point to point via satellite microwave. Here, using the transponder, the data is being transmitted to the satellite. From the satellite, the other station receives the data and it can use the particular data which is sent by the sender. with respect to broadcast, one sender sends the data using the transponder. It is being sent to the satellite and it is being rebroadcast to all the other multiple receivers. So when to use satellites? So satellites will be used when we are going for a wide area network, that is apart from when the data is being traveling, what is that, from between continents, for example. So between the continents, when we want to exchange the messages or information, we will be using satellite, that is wide area network, that is above 50 kilometers. When I want to quickly transmit the data between Chennai to Delhi, right? So rather than going for a wired media, if you are transmitting the data with respect to satellite, the data will be transmitted in a much faster manner. Here, only one problem with respect to this, what is that, satellite communication is unauthorized taps into the signal may occur. With respect to radio waves also uses electromagnetic waves. They are highly suitable for hilly regions when compared to infrared and microwave. Here, radio waves have the capability of penetrating the walls, wherein wired communication in hilly region is not possible. Again, I repeat, for hilly regions, since uh, the other signals cannot penetrate the wall, people highly prefer a radio wave communication for hilly regions like Ooty, Shimla, Kodaikanal, etc. So it is also a cheap and economical way of data transmission with respect to wireless communication. Here also you do have the same disadvantage, namely unauthorized taps of signals. I hope this particular topic, namely transmission media, is clear. Thank you.